My name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani. Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn to read and write Hindi. We are also here because we want to learn to read and write Urdu. We are doing both at the same time. Today is our lesson number 70. Let's begin. The very first word we have here is a very straightforward word, but it's not a common word. Or perhaps it is, I don't know. The word is Ra, and then a Z. Raz. What does Raz mean? Raz means secret. If you want to keep something private, if you don't want to tell anybody, keeping it to yourself, that's Raz. It's a secret. Raz ki baat hai. Raz ki badi ki matra. That's a K. Maybe I shouldn't have done so many words at the same time. That thing right there actually is a kaf and a choti hai. But sometimes it looks like this. The reader has to figure out just even from the sloppy handwriting. Kaf and choti hai. Raz ki baat hai. Ba and to. Raz ki baat hai. Raz ki baat hai. It's a secret. That's what it says. Raz ki baat hai. It's a secret. And she goes on to say, do I tell everybody or not? Here we go. So, mo, and then a hey, mean, hey. That's very first one. The badi hai, bada hai, choti hai, and do chashmi hai. And then we have a fe with e ki matra. This fa that you see there, this letter is called fe. This fa that you see there is F. That's what that is. PH, we also in Urdu we have something, a concept of PH, which is a P and a H, which looks like this. The spelling of some words call for PH, P and a H, and the spelling of some words call for F, just like in English. You have to know how to spell phone. Do I spell phone as with a P or with P and H or with an F? You have to know the spelling. This is F. This is Fe. But Hindi doesn't have it. So in Hindi we improvise. So we write Hindi has this for this. In Hindi this for looks like this. That's it. So we write that for, and then we improvise it by putting a dot underneath it. Dot tells the reader. The dot tells the reader that we're not dealing with PH. We're dealing with F. And there's a choti ki matra for which I left no room. Mehfil. Mehfil. Now the next tricky part, of course, in Urdu is always how to put it together. So ma, when it joins it, looks going to look like this. Ha, when it joins it, looks going to look like this. Fa is going to remain the L. L is going to remain the. We have to join all of them together. Here we go. That's what it looks like. And that reads Mehfil. Let me do it slowly again. And this time I'm going to do it a little bit in a childish way. So here's Mo, and then you lift your hand, Her, and then a Fo, and then L. Mehfil. You can write it like this. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly legible. But as you can see, I had to lift my hand 3 times. We do not lift our hands in Urdu if we can help it. We like to write it in one shot. So here we go one more time. Same word written this way without lifting the hand. Mehfil. Right there. These two are exact same thing. These two are exact same words. They're not different. Just two style of writing. This is what you will find in the print, in the books. This is what you will find in the handwriting of a child. महफिल में कहें, महफिल में कहें, कहें again is kaf, Hey, and we're dealing with this here right here, the third one, hey, badi ye. So hey and a badi ye is going to give us ek ki matra, choti ek ki matra. Let me just make sure that it is choti ek ki matra, correct spelling. Mehfil mein, yes, it is. But so far it says kahe. We don't need kahe, we need kahe, kahe. So we need the nasalized n at the end. And in Urdu we're just going to put a nun gunna. As I was looking at my notes, I realized that in my notes, this thing he is badi ek ki matra. Raas ki baat hai, mehfil mein kahe, kahe. Now we have to put it all together. This badi hai, when it joins, it's going to look like this. And here we go. कहें, महफिल में कहें, या means or, या means or, या, the rest is very simple, ना, कहें, same word, क, ह, बड़िए, नून गुन्ना, कहें. This word that I wrote, kahe, and this word kahe here, I'm going to rewrite it here in a little bit of a grown-up way. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know exactly how to do it. I'm going to give it a shot. This is very childish way. In print, it will have a sharp, you'll see in a second. It will look like this. As I said, I don't know quite myself. It comes out like this, sticks out like this, and then it goes like that. And this part right here is supposed to represent the her. It's sharp. As I said, I don't know how to do it, so I'm not going to do it. Raas ki baat hai, it's a secret. Mehfil mein kahein ya na kahein. What is mehfil? Mehfil is the gathering. Mehfil is a party, a gathering. So what she's saying is that it's a secret. Do I tell everybody at the party, at this gathering, all the people who are here right now in this gathering, in this party, do I tell these people or do I keep it a secret? That's what she's talking to herself. राज की बात है, महफिल में कहें या ना कहें. Do I tell people or not tell people? And it's a bit difficult to talk to yourself when you're singing out loud. But that's neither here nor there. Next line. Let's look at this word. This word is b and a s, bus. Bus has a couple of meanings, but before we worry about it, let's first look at it the way I wrote it here. So this is actually be and seen. You can write this as b and then two loop for so and then like this. This is bus. Or if you're lazy, like I was, you just make a b and a one long loop, and the person will understand that this one long loop, whenever you see a long loop, it's supposed to represent s or a sh. Had it been sh, it would have had three dots on it. That would have been sh. And person would understand with a long loop that it's either a s or a sh, because nobody wants to make two loops. They just make one long loop. That's what that is. Bus has two meanings. One meaning of the bus, you already know it, which means enough. Bus ho gaya. That's enough. Bus ho gaya. That's also bus. And bus also means to live somewhere, to take up a residence. To take up a residence. Bus jana means to take up a residence. To live somewhere. Bus gaya, go, ya. Go, yeah. Bus gaya, hey, again hey, and this time I'm going to remember that it's a badi ki matra, so we need a zabar on top of the ha. Badi ki matra. Bus gaya hai, koi, ko, and a wow makes a ko. And then we need an e, alif and a choti e. That's a badi. So here we go, badi. Let's put them together. Putting the kaf and the vav is very simple. It's ko and e. Whenever alif is followed by chotiye, or alif is followed by badiye, or alif is followed by vav, alif is replaced by something called hamza. We have done it many times. And what it looks like, alif disappears, and then you take a waw, and on top of it you put this symbol. This symbol is called Hamza. That's the third last letter of the Urdu alphabet. Urdu alphabet ends with Hamza, choti hai, and badi hai. Right, there is a choti hai, then there is a badi hai. Hamza, choti hai, badi hai. That's how the alphabets end. Hamza is used to replace alif whenever alif is followed by a waw or choti hai or badi hai. So it becomes like this. Alif and a badi hai will become like this. Alif and a choti hai will become like this. And now that reads ki. Now technically, strictly speaking, it should have a loop and then you make a this. Again, nobody does that. What you will find is that one sharp line like I did here. You'll see one sharp line that, like that. And that reads E. That is same as this letter right there. This is badi E. That's what that is. Koi, bas gaya hai koi, is dil mein. This is choti E. Alif and a zair underneath, that's a choti E. That's what I meant, choti E. So it won't have this loop on the top. This will not have this loop. It will just be E. Is. Again, I did it again. That's a sir. Bas gaya hai koi is dil mein. Dil is dal with a zair. That gives a choti ki matra. And then la. And then la. Dil. Bas gaya hai koi. Bas gaya hai koi is dil mein. Kahe ya na kahe. I'm not going to rewrite it, we just did it. Kahe ya na kahe. Bas gaya hai koi dil. Bas gaya hai koi is dil mein. Someone has taken up residence in my heart. Someone has taken up residence in my heart. Somebody has moved in my heart. Somebody is living in my heart. Somebody has begun to live in my heart. Do I tell people or not? Kahe ya na kahe. Let's do the next line. The word we need to learn first is this one right here. We first do the singular and then we'll worry about the plural. This is a noon, na. We don't need a na, we need a ni. We put a zer in it, it gives a choti ki matra, and then becomes ni. And then we need a gaf. That's a ga. We don't need a gaf, we don't need a ga, we need a ga. So it's going to join with alif, hence giving us a ki matra. Ga becomes ga. So far it says niga. Again, excuse me. It cannot stay as niga because we're not looking for niga, we're looking for niga. It has this nasalized n at the end. In Hindi it's very easy. You just put a dot on top of it and you're done. I'm not sure if it's going to be dot or it's going to be a half moon, but that's what that is, niga. In Urdu you put a nun gunna, an n without the dot. It's the exact same letter as this one, but this one has a dot, this one does not. If this concept appears in the middle of the word, then you would put a dot and then you would put this symbol on top of it. If nun gunga appears in the middle of the word, if it appears at the end, it just sits there empty. Let's put them together. Gaf, when it's about to join something, it looks like this. That's what it looks like. To which alif is going to join. But we don't write it in such bloody stupid way. It has to be written in one shot. It looks like this. Let's put them together. Na, ni, niga. What does niga mean? Niga means look. It means glance. It means sight. It can also mean eye. Depending on the context, it can also be used to mean eye, and plural would be nigahen, which simply means eyes, or nigahon. Depending on the structure of the sentence, you will take either that one or this one, nigahen or nigahon. Here we need or nigahen. Here we need nigahen, not nigah. Now she's not talking about one eye. Here the word is being used as eye. So here the word is being used as eye, not as a look or a glass or a side, but as an eye, and plural, two of them obviously. So we need nigahen. Nigahen. हैं. Her with a year. And another. What? When it's Nigahen, we don't need the nun gunna. There is no nun gunna there because it doesn't end there. It's Nigahen. So far it says Nigahe. We don't need Nigahe, we need Nigahen. So here we go. You put a dot there and you put a nun gunna. And put them together here. Nigahen. Voila. That reads Nigahen. Nigahen means eyes. Here it means eyes. Nigahen. Right there. Ni. Ga. Hen. Nigahen. Milane. Milane. Milane means to, it can means to mix or come in contact. We'll see in a second here. Meme with a choti. Mi. Lam with an alif. That means the la. Mi la. Rest of the time when you have a letter and you put the alif next to it and it becomes the join like this. But lam is an exception. In lam, because of the shape of the lam, there is no way to join an alif to it. So we put the bloody thing in the stomach. It reads la. Mila. Ne. A noon and a badiya. That gives us, that's a no, not a mo. Milane. There you go. Nigahen Milane. So we have to put them together here. It's going to look like this. Mi, la, and then le, ne. Milane. Again, strictly speaking, when you combine them together, the noon has to have a place to sit. It has to have a loop for it, and then a badiya. But I didn't do that. Most people will simply do like that, and it's understood. Even though it's a badiya and you did nothing to it, you simply put a dot on it. People immediately understand that it's a dot on it. It's no longer a badiya. It's a ne. It's a noon and a ye. Ne. Nigahen Milane ko. Kaf and a vav ko. G. G is Jeem and a chotiya. G. What does G mean? Well, let's learn another synonym for. Let's learn a synonym for G. We just used that word a second ago. G means this thing. Dil. Jee Chahta. Jee Chahta. I don't feel like it. When you say I don't feel like it, technically, strictly speaking, if you were to translate that verbatim from Urdu to English, Jee Chahta literally means my heart does not want it. Jee nahi chahra. Jee chahta. But it means I don't feel like it. Jee and dil, they are synonyms. They both mean heart. Jee lagra means I can't concentrate. I don't feel like doing it. My heart does not click. My heart doesn't want it. That's what it means. Jee lagra. Nigahen Milane ko जी चाहता है. चाहता. Che, cho. We don't need a cha, we need a cha. Then we need a her. And then we need a te and an alif ta. Now it reads chahata. Chahata means to want. Let's put them together, shall we? So the cha is going to look like this, to which we're going to join the alif. Her is going to sit, and then a ta. Cha. Ta. That's it. Again, the fact that the loop for the her is so tiny and the ta goes on forever, that's okay. That's fine. That happens sometimes. And the fact that the dots are not very clear, all of that is fine. Here's the more childish way. Cha. Chahta. This and this are exactly the same thing. There is no difference. Nigahen Milane ko Jee Chahta hai. Again, hai with the badi ek ki matra. Her and a badi hai. So far it says hey, but that badi hai is going to give us choti hai ki matra. If you want a badi hai ki matra, you have to put a zabar on the hai, and that gives us badi hai ki matra. And now it reads like. So this thing that you see there, this is supposed to join like this. I don't know if I have it here. Right there. But it does not join here. That's fine. It does not join. The hey is sitting way over there, and that loop is at the bottom. That's fine, because there is no room to stick it in there. If you try to stick it in there, it's going to look ugly. So people just put a loop at the bottom. That loop belongs to the her. That part and that part is the her. That's a badi hai. Zabar gives us. So that gives us choti hai ki matra, and the zabar gives us badi hai ki matra. Nigahen Milane ko Jee Chahta hai. Nigahen Milane ko Jee Chahta hai means that I want to. My heart tells me to lock eyes with him. To lock eyes with him. To look at him. To look in his eyes. That's what it says. My heart feels like I should look in his eyes. I should look at him in his eyes. As I said, to lock eyes with him. To lock eyes with him, not in a threatening way, obviously, not as it is used in the American English. When you lock eyes with somebody, it's threatening, it's menacing. That's not what it means, obviously. It's more of an amorous. I don't know if I want to go there or not. It's more of a amorous, more of a seductive gesture. More of a seductive gesture, as I said. I want to look at him in his eyes as an act of seduction, as a seductive gesture, as I said. Raz ki baat hai, it's a secret. महफिल में कहें या ना कहें, do I tell the people or not? बस गया है कोई इस दिल में, somebody has taken a precedence in my heart. Do I tell people or not? निगाहें मिलाने को जी चाहता है. My heart tells me I feel like I desire locking my eyes with him. I desire looking at him in his eyes. That's what it means. We'll meet tomorrow, okay? Bye now.